Good morning,
Good
honorable
morning.
members, honorable speaker.
Thank you.
We are from A group, the first capital, group 1. With us is our principal, Honorable Amutenya Yafet, Honorable Erongo Lillian, Honorable Nambahu Eino, and of course, the cabinet minister. That is our members consisting of group 1. First, we are going to answer the question. Before we answer the question, we will define on our view what is budget. A budget is essentially a financial plan created by a government. I so submit, and then I hand over to my next honorable.
Okay, we are going to look at what caused the budget cuts. We have grouped these causes in two groups. One are national level challenges that we are experiencing. We are going to look at the national level at the moment. We have what we call higher public debts. So here we are referring to debt to GDP ratio, being elevated. So it's also one of the costs, national cost of the budget cut. Then we have revenue cost rate. So, for example, Namibia depends on cycle and our revenue collection domestically, but sometimes you find SACCO is not giving the same amount that they received previous year. Social demand like education, health, housing require more funding than available funds. So we need to cut. Unemployment and poverty, higher youth unemployment, increased pressures for social spendings. So infrastructure needs like roads, energy and water projects delay due to cuts. These are some of the effects that we'll experience when you cut. So we'll continue with Mr. Nambahu on international influence.
Yes, before I continue on the international influence, I just want to comment a bit on what he said when it comes to national budget influence or cut influence. When you talk of unemployment, remember, like now we are somewhere at 65% national unemployment crisis. So we look at priorities. When budget is being considered, debated and defended in the parliament, the politician is also to defend to say, no, I need this junk because I'm going to train how many recruits this year. So based on that, they will now cut from other ministry to the other ministry. So as we said that there are many influence, be it national, international, ministerial, that influence budget cutting. In terms of international, we are talking of global economic downturns. If, for example, if the commodity price is very high, obviously we have to procure, like Namibia is one of the countries that normally just export. We depend more on export. So the moment the commodity is high, automatically that influences also the budget cut, so that we might be able to source those materials, food and other commodities. The conditionality from international leaders, so we talk about the International Monetary Fund as well as the World Bank. The inflation and deflation of capital also inform the budget cutting, because at times if the inflation is higher, obviously we have to cut the budget to be able to accommodate the international demand. The donor requirement for fiscal discipline, say for example, also we needed money from external, automatically that will tell us now that we cannot give this budget to the government for now. This budget cannot be able, because we have to get money from somewhere so that we can be able to address the needs. external shocks such as pandemic and global conflicts. Like as we are talking now, we are having political tension between Iran and America that also have now to affect our economic growth. So when you talk about the Strait of Hormuz, we said it's the one that produces almost 20% of fuel for international consumption. Automatically, if you look now, just recent, the fuel increased with a certain diesel to $4, petrol, I think it was $2 something. Obviously, for us to be able to access fuel, we had to cut the budget and put more on the international needs to be able to make sure that we are not going to stranded our operation and administration of the government are not going to stranded. Mind you that all our movement depends on fuel. As such, the international issues also have a very huge contribution on budget cutting. So that is on international. I will hand over to my colleagues to say something on the ministerial.
Okay, now we are now concluding, but before we conclude, we have now looked at the national levels and then at the international levels, how now the government at the national levels, what have come up for them to do the cutting of the budget, and we've also come at the international level, at the international level. When you see at the national where the president have cut already in his SONA that mostly, or even before that, that the international trip, all of them we should do away from it. And also at the international level, we have seen already that the crisis which we have. So that also affects on the reducing of the budget. So that's why we have reduced debt and also achieve physical stability, and also we meet foreign obligations. That's why we say that we need to meet the foreign, what is happening international, so that we are at the same level. And then also the last one is to lay groundwork for sustainable growth. So I think that was our
Thank you.
presentation.